Two former leaders of a rebel group in the Central African Republic have denied committing war crimes 7 years ago as the country descended into civil war. Prosecutors say Alfred Yekatom, a rebel leader known as Rambo, and former football official Patrice Edouard Nguesona were senior leaders of the mainly Christian anti-Balaka movement. It targeted Muslim civilians in a campaign of violence after Muslim Seleka rebels seized power in 2013. Their alleged crimes include torture, murder and rape. Yekatom was arrested in 2018 after firing a gun in Central African Republic's parliament. He says he was then tortured. Nguesona was detained a month later in France. Step Vassen reports from The Hague.
Alfred Yekatom and Patrice Edouard Nguesona listened quietly when the long list of charges was read out. Murder, rape, recruitment of child soldiers. They both denied any involvement.
Monsieur le Président, je me répète.
Mr. President, I repeat, I don't recognize myself in the accusations against me. I am not guilty.
Je suis non coupable.
But prosecutors say they have overwhelming evidence that Yekatom and Nguesona have led the anti-Balaka movement in a campaign meant to remove the Muslim population from the country. Yekatom was known as Commander Rambo and Nguesona, a right-hand man of former President Francois Bozizé, as the organizer.
As the evidence will show, Nguesona's participation in this strategy was integral, and he contributed to it fully aware that the group he was helping to structure, arm, finance, instruct, and organize, known by September 2013 as the Anti-Balaka, would inevitably target the Muslim civilian population in Western CAR.
The violence started in 2013 after Muslim rebels from the Seleka group forced former President Bozizé out of power. In revenge, anti-Balaka groups killed thousands of Muslims and forced more than 1 million from their homes.
More than 1,400 victims are expected to take part in this trial, a trial that will be closely watched in Central African Republic. The message from the ICC is clear: no more impunity for those involved in these crimes. But the question is how this message will be received by those still involved in the fighting.
Rebel groups have again taken control over parts of Central African Republic after the presidential election last December. The government has accused Bozizé of being behind the violence and is now being investigated for rebellion.
What we are also looking for is how the other rebel leaders, the militia leaders, will react to this prosecution. Will they be scared of ICC and therefore improve their behavior, limit the atrocities that they are committing against the population, or conversely, will they decide that the only way for them to remain safe is to continue their criminal activity?
The defense is yet to make their opening statements. A leader of the Seleka militia is also in custody of the ICC, showing that the court is serious in holding both sides accountable.